Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yesterday we had talked about lungs basically. Okay. And now we'll proceed further to other parts of the human respiratory system. A very quick revision. How many lungs we have? How many lungs are there in human beings? One or two? Or three or four? How many are there?
Two.
Two lungs are there. We call them as the right lung and the left lung. Which one is larger?
Right.
Right.
The right lung is divided by partitions or fissures. Okay. Into how many lobes?
Three.
3 lobes.
And the left one?
Two.
2 lobes.
Yes, the left one is divided into two lobes. What kind of a fissure is present in the left lung?
Oblique fissure.
Very good. And then when we talk about the right lung, it had three parts. So the first fissure on the top was, which kind of a fissure was it? Oblique or horizontal, or what kind of a fissure was it? Beta, we had two types of fissures, no?
Yes, ma'am.
One was the oblique fissure, and which was the other one?
Horizontal.
Yes, horizontal fissure. So now we'll proceed further. Then we were talking about the membranes which surround the lungs. How many membranes were there?
2.
Very good. There were two lung membranes. Do we have space between the membranes?
Yes.
What is that space called as?
Pleural.
Yes, it's
Pleural
called pleural cavity. Very good. What is it called? Pleural cavity.
Pleural
And we-
cavity.
Very good. The fluid which is filled inside the pleural cavity?
Pleural
fluid.
Yes, it is known as the pleural. What is the function of pleural fluid?
It reduces friction.
Yes. So basically it is protection of the lungs. Okay. Let's go further. When we started, we said that the respiratory system starts from two holes or two slits, which are known as?
Nostrils.
Yes. Each nostril opens back into a chamber, which is known as?
Nasal passage.
Yes, nasal passage or nasal chamber. So two nostrils. So how many chambers or how many passages?
Two.
Two. Now imagine in such a way that this chamber is a large chamber and it starts from the place where the nostrils finish. As soon as the nostrils finish, we start with the chamber which is known as the nasal chamber. Now this nasal chamber is divided into three parts. The first part, which starts immediately where the nostrils finish, is known as the vestibular part. Then the middle one is your respiratory part. And sabse piche, the last part is olfactory part. So the nasal chamber is divided into how many parts?
3.
Three parts. So when we start talking about the respiratory system, we'll start with the nostrils. From nostrils, we'll go to the nasal chamber. In nasal chamber, the first area, the first part where the air goes immediately after the nostrils. As soon as the air passes from the nostrils, it enters the first part of the nasal chamber, which is called?
Vertibular.
Yes, beta, vestibular. Vestibular. What is this part called as? Vestibular. From vestibular, it goes to the second area, which is known as?
Respiratory.
Yes, beta, it is known as a respiratory. And the third one is
Olfactory.
olfactory. So that sense of smell which we have, that is because of this third chamber, olfactory. This olfactory chamber has a membrane which has very olfactory sensitive cells. So when you can smell something that yes, this is a nice smell or this is a bad smell, that is because of which chamber? Which part of the nasal chamber?
Olfactory.
Olfactory. So let's have a sequence. First is the nostrils. Now where the nostrils finish, the nasal chamber starts. The nasal chamber also immediately after nostrils, which part of the chamber is there? Which is the first one? Tell me quickly.
Vestibular.
Yes, it's a vestibular chamber. The second one is? Yes, it is. And the third and the last one, just the last part of the chamber, nasal chamber. What do we call it? Olfactory. The sensation of smell which human beings have, okay, is present because of the presence of very special olfactory sensitive cells in which part of the nasal chamber?
Olfactory.
Olfactory.
Yes. Remember, it is in the olfactory chamber only. Now, let's talk about the internal nares. Okay. Now, we have a posterior opening of the nasal chamber. Now, the nasal chamber will finish at one place. It will open into something, someplace else. That those areas are known as, that is the, it will go and open into the nasopharynx. Where will it go and open? Nasopharynx. Tell me, where will it open, beta?
Nasopharynx.
Now see, beta, we started from the external nostrils, nostrils which are known as external nares. Nares means holes. So you imagine external nares, then nasal chamber, two nasal chambers, two pipe-like structures. Abhi nasal chamber bhi to kahin pe jaake finish hoenge. So we'll have hole-like structures there also. They are known as internal nares. The outer external nares are the nostrils. Similar kind of structures you will have where the nasal chamber will finish. What are those nares called as? Internal nares. What do you call them?
Internal nares.
Now these internal nares, they are the posterior opening, मतलब पीछे वाला opening. आगे वाला is the internal nares, that is nostrils. They will open into a pipe-like structure which is known as nasopharynx. What is it called?
Nasopharynx.
Nasopharynx is nothing. It is just the upper part of the pharynx. That is known as the nasopharynx. Upper part of the pharynx. Chali, let me trace the path of the air. Air entered first through two small openings or through small nares, two nares which are known as? What are they known as? Nostrils. Very good. Each nostril opens into a tube-like structure at the back. What are they known as? Which chambers? बेटा ऐसे कैसे चलेगा? Which chambers are they known as just behind the nostrils?
Nasal chamber.
Nasal chambers are again divided into three areas just behind the nostril. As soon as the nostrils finish, which part of the chamber is there?
Vestibular.
Vestibular.
Very good. After vestibular?
Respiratory.
Respiratory.
Is respiratory. And then the last chamber is?
Olfactory.
Olfactory.
So the nasal chamber is going to finish now. Again, you will have nares or openings. What are these openings known as?
Internal nares.
Very good. Internal nares. These internal nares will open into the upper part of the pharynx, which is known as?
Nasopharynx.
Yes, this is known as the nasopharynx. Now, beta, the upper part of the trachea, which allows the air to pass into the lungs, okay? Okay, what is this called as? Larynx. There is a difference between pharynx and larynx. What is larynx? It is the upper part of the trachea which allows the air to pass where? To pass the air where?
Lungs.
Yes. Now the air does not directly go into the trachea. It first passes through glottis. What is that part called as?
Glottis.
Glottis. What is it? See, beta, when I was discussing about vestibular, respiratory, and olfactory, let me tell you one more thing. The vestibular part, that is the first part of the nasopharynx, contains lot of hairs and mucus cells. Okay, remember about this part. It has a lot of mucus secreting cells and hair. So whatever air you breathe through the nose, first it enters this chamber only. Which chamber? The vestibular chamber. So here, if at all you have, with the air that you're breathing, if some dust particles have entered, some pathogens have entered, so they will stick to the mucus. They will not go further into the next chambers. So the vestibular chamber is known as, what is it known as? Let me tell you a brief about this, so it's not there in the syllabus. It is known as the filtration chamber. What is this chamber known as?
Filtration chamber.
Yes. All people say that we should breathe through the nose, although we can breathe through mouth also. Can we breathe through mouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But it is always suggested that we should not breathe through mouth. We should breathe through the nose. What is the reason? Can anyone guess now?
Because if we will breathe through mouth, our air will not get purified.
Exactly. Anything, any dust particles or any pathogen which is there in the air will enter the mouth and then it will enter the body. But when you breathe through the nose, because of this first part of the nasal chamber, what is that first part?
Vestibular.
Vestibular chamber. Because of this chamber, there are hair-like structures and there are also mucus cells. So they purify the air. Anything which goes inside, the hair pushes it aside and the mucus, to mucus it sticks. So they purify the air. Let me tell you a little brief about the second chamber, that is the respiratory chamber. This is known as the air conditioning chamber. Which chamber? The middle one. What is the name?
Air conditioner.
Yes, it is a respiratory chamber. It is known as the air conditioner. Now, understand why it is known as air conditioner? Supposing we breathe warm air or very cold air at times. Now that air, if it will reach the alveoli walls are very thin and delicate, they'll get damaged. In case we are breathing, what? We are breathing warm air or we are breathing very cold air. Then what happens is the alveoli may get damaged. So before the air reaches the alveoli, this middle chamber, the middle part of the chamber, that is the respiratory part, it changes the temperature of the air to the normal body temperature. If it is warm, it's going to lower down. And if it is cold, it's going to make it higher. The process is a little complex, so I'm not going into details about how this process happens. But you just remember the first part of the nasal chamber. What was the first part? What was the name?
Vestibular.
Vestibular. That is basically helps in what? What part is it playing in breathing?
For filtering.
Yes, beta. It is basically acting as a filtration because it contains hair and mucus. The second part is known as the air conditioner for our breathing process because it makes the temperature of the air equal to the normal body temperature so that alveoli do not get damaged. In case we breathe very hot air or very cold air, it will damage what? It will damage the alveoli. So this is how it manages. So we talked about nasal chamber finishing into internal nares, then the internal nares opening up into the upper part of the pharynx, which was known as
Nasopharynx. Nasopharynx.
so upper part of the pharynx is called nasopharynx. And what is the upper part of trachea called?
Larynx.
Yes, don't get confused. It is larynx over here. What is the upper part of the trachea called?
Larynx.
Larynx.
I told you that larynx, this part, upper part will allow the air to pass through the lungs. But before going into the lungs, this larynx is going to open. It opens into the trachea through what?
Glottis.
Yes. This glottis is a silt-like aperture. This remains open all the time, except when you are eating food, except you are swallowing. Okay, glottis. What is this word?
Glottis.
Beta, there, here I don't want confusion. Upper part of pharynx is called,
Nasopharynx.
and upper part of trachea is called?
Larynx.
Yes. So the air is going to go through the lungs, through the larynx, but in the middle we have this button-like structure,
Glottis.
glottis. This remains open all the time when you're breathing. It, okay, except what time it closes?
Swallowing.
Yes, beta. Now see this. You know about glottis now? Hmm? It's leaf-like. If you see the structure, it is something like a leaf. It's a flap, dakkan. When needed, band kar denge. When needed, khul jayega. So it's a flap, made up of cartilage. Why do you think it is not made up of bones? Why do you think it is not made up of bones? This glottis.
So
Why is
that
it
it
made?
can easily open and close.
Exactly, beta. Bones are very rigid. Okay. And cartilage, is very soft, flexible. Can you tell me a place in the human body where we have cartilage?
Trachea.
Because of which? Hmm? Very smart. Apart from trachea. Yes.
Earlobe is made up of
Yes, very good. Ears. Yes.
nose.
That is why your teachers, when they get angry, they pull your ears. They roll your ears very easily. Because that is the softest part which can be rolled, folded, molded, pulled. Everything can be done with it. Because what is present over there? Not the bones. What is there?
Cartilage.
Cartilage. Okay. So this glottis, क्योंकि बेटा इसको कभी बंद होना है कभी खुलना है, so it cannot be very rigid. That is why this is made up of what substance? Is
Cartilage.
it bones? No, beta, it is cartilage. Very good. And the shape is like a?
Leaf.
Yes, very good. And at the anterior part, you have epiglottis. What is it?
Epiglottis.
Epiglottis. Okay. Also known as what? What is it known as? Epiglottis?
Sound box or Adam's apple.
Very good. See, beta, where is epiglottis? Understand. It's again a small lid, again a Dakkan kind of a structure, which is just above the larynx. बिल्कुल larynx के ऊपर. Why is this there, beta? It does not allow the food that you eat or the water or anything that you're drinking to entering your windpipe. This is the main function of whom? Epiglottis. Okay. So what is the main function of epiglottis? Tell me. Tell me, what is the main function of epiglottis?
To prevent the entry of food into the larynx.
Yes, into the larynx. I hope there is no confusion between larynx and pharynx. Everybody knows what is larynx? What is larynx?
Voice box.
Voice box.
Sure. And what is pharynx? What is pharynx?
Throat.
Yes, beta, it is throat. So this throat part is, if you see, it is a part of both our systems, respiratory system also, digestive system also. We are receiving the food from the mouth. We are receiving the air from the nose and the mouth. So this throat is actually what we call as your trachea, this pharynx. Don't get confused in larynx and pharynx. There should be no confusion between pharynx and larynx. Okay. So when we say throat, pharynx and larynx, they're both passages. Passages for what all things?
Air and food.
Yes. And
Yeah.
remember, when we use the word trachea, we are talking about the windpipe. When we are talking about the word trachea, it is a windpipe. And when we say esophagus, it is your food pipe. Trachea, esophagus. No confusions. Trachea is the windpipe. And esophagus is your?
Food pipe.
Food pipe.
Yes. What do you know about Adam's apple? Where is it situated and what is this Adam's apple, beta? See, beta, in men, basically, we are talking about the larynx now. Larynx or larynx? Larynx or pharynx? Larynx was what? Tell me quickly. We just now discussed.
Voice box.
Yes, it is the voice box. Very good. Sometimes what happens is that the cartilage becomes a little projected. We talked about cartilage, no? It's all cartilage, no bones here. So this cartilage becomes a little swollen or it becomes a little projected. And this is most prominent in men. Though it is in women also, projection is there in women also. But this swelling or this outburst or this projection is more in men, very prominent in men. This is what we call as Adam's apple. What is it called as?
Adam's apple.
Adam's apple.
Okay. Why do you think it is called as Adam's apple? Have you ever thought about this? Why is it called Adam's apple only? It's a very old story if you've read about Adam and Eve. Have you heard about Adam and Eve, the first man and woman on the earth, according to the Bible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It is believed that Adam was, there was a fruit tree and God told Adam that you will not eat this fruit. This is a forbidden fruit. Apple tree it was actually. When God sent Adam and Eve on the earth, so there was a tree, apple tree. The instructions were given very strictly to both of them that you will not eat the fruits of this apple tree. But Adam got tempted off. So what did he do? He tried to eat an apple from the tree. So when he started eating, this apple got stuck in his throat. It did not go down only. It got stuck. Because of that, his throat became a little bulging. वो यहीं पे फंस गया, नीचे गया ही नहीं because God told him not to eat that fruit. So it got stuck in his throat. It is believed that his throat got what? A little swollen part. Eve did not eat. So that is why this part is how it gets its name, Adam's apple. What is it called?
Adam's apple.
Actually, it is not that females do not have. ऐसा नहीं है. Males and females, both of them develop Adam's apple. But it is more prominent in males only. I'll tell you the reason, scientific reason also why it is more prominent in males. Because in males, na, the larynx is generally, when at puberty time, you will see Adam's apple is more prominent at when the boys are at puberty age. The reason is very simple. At the time of puberty, the larynx is growing, both in males as well as females. But the growth of sound box, that is your larynx, is very fast. And the larynx is comparatively bigger in males compared to the females. And that is the reason when you must have done the chapter puberty in 9th or 10th, whatever. So when you read about the changes in puberty, you must have read that the males have a deeper voice when they reach the stage of puberty because they have a large larynx. So both the justifications we get, why males have that prominent Adam's apple and why males have that deeper and louder voice than females. The same reason behind both of them. Because when men and women both are growing, girls and boys, we are talking about the stage of puberty, the larynx grows faster in males compared to the females, and it becomes bigger compared to the females. So obviously, if the males have a larger larynx, the voice will be deep and loud compared to the females. So both the reasons why the men have a prominent Adam's apple and why their voice is deep and louder, the reason is the same beta. And we also got to know the historical reason why Adam's apple is called as, what is it? Why is it called Adam's apple? We know this. Yes or
Yes,
no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now we know about Adam's apple. So when I say Adam's apple, isn't it that I'm talking about the sound box? Larynx?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this Adam's apple is more prominent. Do we have, normally I've seen there's a mindset people feel that females do not have Adam's apple, but this is not correct. Both of them have. Fine. Jaya, good morning. Yes, beta. So both of them have. Adam's apple is present in both males as well as females, but it is more prominent in
Males.
Yes, beta. It's more prominent in males. Very quickly, within 1 second, who will tell me why? Why is it more prominent in males?
And because it is bigger and it grows faster in males.
Yes, beta. So at puberty time, you will find it more prominent in whom? Males or females?
Males.
And that is the reason when we talk about the difference in voice also. Okay. What is nasopharynx very quickly?
Upper part of the pharynx.
Okay. What is larynx?
Upper part of trachea.
Yes, beta. Don't get confused. There is nothing so difficult in this. Just understand, though I'll be discussing again with you with the diagram part also. So there's nothing to worry. I'll be sharing my own notes and then we'll be discussing the diagram part also, how we go. First, you should know the names of all these structures so that when I show you the diagram, you should be able to identify that yes, we are talking about this part. So everybody is clear about the larynx part over here.
Yes,
Flap-like
ma'am.
structure. Now we'll move on to trachea. I just now told you the difference between trachea and esophagus. Okay, one is the windpipe, the other is the food pipe.
Food pipe.
Yes, windpipe is which one? Trachea or esophagus?
Trachea.
Very good. And which is the food pipe?
Esophagus.
And who is going to ensure both of them are together in the throat only? Now, when you think about your throat, you have both the pipes. Food is also going to enter, air is also going to enter through the nose into the same passage. So, who is going to ensure that they don't get mixed up? When you're swallowing, flap is going to close. What is that flap?
Epiglottis.
So let us talk about trachea. Let us first know about all the structures, then you identify them in the diagram. Remember, this trachea or the windpipe is a very thin walled tube. It is 11 centimeters long, 2.5 centimeters, okay, wide. How long is it normally, trachea in humans, grown up, mature individual?
11 centimeter.
Yes, beta. And what is the width?
2.5 centimeter.
Very good. It will go up to the mid-thoracic cavity and the function is it passes the air to the alveoli. It is so long, 11 centimeters. It will start from this area, throat part, and it will go up to the middle part of the thoracic cavity. It is very long. So once it starts, it's 11 centimeters. So it will keep on going, keep on going. It will reach up to which part?
Mid
Where?
part of the thoracic cavity.
Yes, Peter. Who will tell me what is thoracic cavity? Peter, the chest part.
This.
Okay.
Lungs.
Remember, thoracic cavity is your chest part. So don't get confused. The middle part. So you can imagine now in your body yourself also. If you talk about the thoracic and the abdominal, I told you yesterday the upper part is thoracic, the lower is abdominal. So you imagine that it goes up to which place? It is going up to the middle of which cavity?
Thoracic cavity.
Now let us talk about bronchi. First understand all of these, then related to the diagram. There are two kinds of bronchi, primary and secondary bronchi. Okay. Now, the level of the fifth thoracic vertebra. Now understand this. Trachea has how many bronchi? You have two lungs. So those bronchi which are in the right side, they are known as right bronchi. And those bronchi which enter the left lung, first understand this, they are known as left bronchi. Those bronchi which are present in the right lungs, what are they known as? Right bronchi. And those which are in the left lungs, what do you call them as?
Right bronchi.
Now imagine, beta, trachea is a single tube. It is coming down as a single tube. But when it reaches its end, it has to enter the lungs. But lungs to kitne hai?
Two.
How many lungs
Two.
are there? There are two lungs. Okay. So that trachea will further divide into two tubes. Okay, beta? Trachea is a single. जो कहाँ तक आ गया? It is coming up to which part of the thoracic cavity?
Middle part.
Middle part of the thoracic cavity. But now since we said it has to pass the air to alveoli, its main function is that all the air that it is bringing has to be sent to the alveoli. And alveoli to lungs में present hai. That means it has to get connected to the lungs. This trachea is a single tube. Now the area where the place where trachea will finish, it will divide into two branches. One will go into the left lung, the other will go into the right lung. So the one which goes into the right lung, okay, that part is known as the right primary bronchi. What is it called?
Right
Right.
primary
Right
bronchi part.
And the second part, okay, bifurcate हो गया. जैसे एक रास्ता आगे जाके दो रास्ते में बट जाता है. You've seen a road at times which bifurcates into two small lanes. Exactly आप ऐसे ही सोचो. That single tube was your trachea. आगे जाके it has to divide into two. One will enter the right lung, that will be known as the right primary bronchi, and the one which will enter the left lung, what will it be known as? Yes, the one which will enter the left lung, what are we going to call it as? Left primary bronchi. Simple. Now these bronchi, they further divide into what we call as secondary bronchi. Further, in their own lungs only, they're further dividing into bronchi, which are known as what bronchi? Secondary bronchi.
Secondary bronchi.
Small branches. उसमें से भी और छोटा branches which are known as tertiary bronchi. What will they be called?
Tertiary bronchi.
Very good. And then we have those whole-like structures which are called bronchioles. And सबसे last में, those small bags which I showed in the diagram yesterday, they are the alveoli. What do you call them? Singular is alveolus and plural is alveoli. Chali, let us do it once again. Single tube pipe which was bringing the air, and it was going up to which part of the thoracic cavity? Trachea goes till
Middle
where?
part.
Middle part.
So the trachea is a single tube. एक single रास्ता आगे जाके दो में बटेगा. Similarly, trachea is again going to divide into two parts, two pipes. One will enter the right lung. What is that called as?
Right primary bronchi.
Very good. And the one which will enter the left is known as?
Left primary bronchi.
Primary bronchi divide into smaller branches which are known as?
Secondary bronchi.
Secondary bronchi further divided into even smaller branches which are known as?
Tertiary bronchi.
Yes. Tertiary bronchi into?
Bronchiole.
Bronchiole.
And the last part is what we call as?
Lung
alveoli.
Beta, this alveoli, the membrane is very, very thin. The membrane is very thin. The walls are very irregular. It is so thin that it is only one celled thick. The membrane which covers the alveoli is how many cell thick?
One cell thick.
One cell. Very thin. Why? So that easily exchange of gases can take place. The exchange of gases which takes place in the lungs actually takes place where? It takes place in the alveoli. So now you imagine कि air कितना travel करता है. It enters from the nostrils. Fine. Where will it go after that in your body? From the nostrils to what the chamber was?
Nasal
No.
chamber.
Nasal chamber. So let me have in sequence very quickly from you people. Air is entering nostrils. From nostrils to which part of the nasal chamber?
Vestibular.
Very good. Here, what will happen to the air?
Filtration.
Filtration. From vestibular chamber, it will go to
Respiratory.
respiratory. Air conditioning will take place. That means the temperature will change. From respiratory, it will go to
Olfactory.
olfactory. The nasal chamber will end up in, again, those nares. What are these nares called as?
Internal nerve.
Internal nares.
Internal nares. And then we have the upper part of the pharynx, which is called as?
Trachea.
Pharynx. Upper part of the pharynx.
Nasopharynx.
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 Then we have a thin walled tube which extends up to the mid-thoracic area. What was that known as?
Trachea.
Trachea further divides into two tube-like structures. One enters the right lung. What is that called as?
Right primary bronchi.
And the one which enters the left one is known as?
Left primary bronchi.
So let us talk about only one lung first. Supposing let us trace the path of air in the right primary bronchi. From right primary bronchi, the air will go into from bronchi, right primary bronchi to?
Secondary bronchi.
Yes, from secondary bronchi to?
Tertiary bronchi.
Yes, Peter, to tertiary bronchi. And from tertiary bronchi to?
Bronchioles.
Yes, from bronchioles to?
Lung alveoli.
Since you know the names, tomorrow when I relate it or in the next period, if I relate it to the diagram, we'll be able to relate it very easily. And these bronchi are, alveoli are very, very special because their wall is, the membrane is very thin. How thin it is?
One cell thick.
It is only one cell thick. Why do you think it is only one cell thick?
Because it is very thin.
It's very thin so that exchange of gases can take place easily. It is here that oxygen will enter your body and carbon dioxide will go out. Okay? Movement चाहे कहीं भी हो रहा हो, primary bronchi, lungs, tertiary, whatever. Exchange of gases is going to take place here only, that is in the alveoli. Alveoli are small muscular bags, very, very small vascular bags. Okay? Whenever we use the word vascular, what does it mean? Vascular. This is such a common word in biology. It's a vascular bag. Vascular structure, vascular pipe, very commonly used word. What does it mean?
Rich in blood.
Excellent. Rich in blood. Very, very, very good. Very nice. So we were talking about a leaf-like structure. Can anybody tell me the sound box? What is it called?
Epiglottis.
Then we also talked about Adam's apple. It is prominent in men or women?
Men.
And why is it so prominent in men?
Because in males the larynx is already bigger and it grows faster.
Okay, now we'll do one thing. I'll speak one part and you'll speak the second one. This is how we'll go ahead. First is nostrils. Acha, we have one more period today. That is nice. So first was nostrils. Second is?
Nasal passage.
First part of nasal chamber, I am naming vestibular. Second, you people name.
Respiratory.
Okay, olfactory. After nasal chamber, finish now. What is the next place?
Nasopharynx.
Those openings where the nasal chamber is. What is the
Internal
next?
nerves. Internal
Internal.
nerves.
Internal nerves. Then we had the upper part of the pharynx, which is known as?
Nasopharynx.
Nasopharynx.
Known as nasopharynx. We also talked about trachea, which is commonly known as?
Larynx.
Trachea extends up to which part of the thoracic cavity?
Mid-thoracic cavity.
Mid part of the thoracic cavity.
So trachea divides into two bronchi. Bronchi divide into primary